You're Sperp back with another video, and this is going to be a different type of Snowfall review. I am extremely way too tired, and especially I gotta get up in a few hours to start my day. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I just wanted to kind of give you my thoughts of this overall episode. And man, let me start off by saying that I think this is one of my favorite Snowfall episodes thus far, and we're not even at the season finale. We have 2 episodes left, so man, I really don't know what to expect, but I do want to wait until these last 2 episodes come out to do my season 5 predictions. Maybe I'll do a live discussion, possibly. The first ever live discussion of Snowfall. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably reach out to some people, but I don't want to waste no more time because I'm extremely tired. I'm like running off for 2 days. Like I've been up for like 2 days straight. I'm kind of out of it, but this episode was crazy. Let's start off with Teddy, because at first I was kind of thrown off because I was like, in the previous episode, he's sitting there looking for his millions. He's looking for the money that's been stolen from him, which I think that's gonna get resolved possibly by the end of the season. I'm suspecting that it's Javi. Y'all can let me know what y'all think about that. He's trying to figure out what's going on in Nicaragua and stuff like that. It's just chaos over there. And, he meets this lady, I forget her name, but he's trying to reach out to other agents that he knows that are over there, and they've gotten completely wiped out. Almost, one of the people that he knows got killed, and I feel like that's foreshadowing for Teddy's character possibly in the future. So while that's going on, Irene's story has blown up, not completely, but it's blown up in South Central. All around, like just from just random people walking around to barbershops, which this is what I really like about Snowfall as a whole. They really show you the effects of what these drugs have done to the community, how people are sitting around talking about the CIA, and everybody kind of already assumes that it's Franklin because they know who Franklin is. Like, people in the neighborhood know who Franklin is. But this barbershop is where pretty much Scully and Manboy and Khadijah, that's pretty much like his, I guess you could say, hideout or headquarters, what do you want to call it? And most people that have been watching this season kind of could put 2 to 2 together with Manboy's character, but he makes it very clear to Khadijah that he wants Franklin's plug. He wants all the benefits, because now that he's working with the CIA, he realizes, like, that's a get out of jail free card type thing. You know what I'm saying? But Khadijah's out here wilding, bro. She's on a rampage. She needs to be put in check. And I feel like when it comes all down to it, possibly Manboy's going to have to be the one to put her down. I don't know what they're going to do with Scully's character, but I'm kind of glad that they're keeping him around. Maybe they'll figure out something to do with his character going into season 5, because I thought they were going to kill his character off in this season. It's still up in the air, but Manboy makes it known that he really wants Franklin's plug by any means, and Khadijah going around doing this wild shit is kind of fucking that up. So, speaking of Manboy, and I know a lot of people on YouTube and, that watch Snowfall have already come to this prediction. That's why I didn't really wanted to talk about it and just be an echo chamber kind of. Tanaje, or T, she was suspect from the get-go. But now we find out that she was really working for Manboy. In return, she wants her brother to be all right and whatnot, but she's not doing her job as quick as Manboy wants her to do it. So Manboy puts some pressure on her, be like, yo, you got a week or else you and your brother are dead. Y'all done for. And Tanaje really kind of exposed herself throughout this whole entire episode. And this episode really showed you how smart Franklin is, even though he really doesn't know who to trust. And I like that him and Teddy had that kind of conversation when Teddy comes back. I'll get back to that. So, Franklin is trying to get his crew just, Jerome and Louie just under wraps because they're kind of pissed off as well because everything is blown up at this point. Things are blown up for Irene because she wants to pretty much stay with this and she doesn't want to be scared off or nothing like that. But I love the conversation that her and Franklin have and how Franklin kind of just pretty much threatens her. And that goes to show you, man, like, Franklin might not be a fighter, but he's very smart, man. He knows how to think his way out of situations. I feel like even better than Teddy at some points, and he's learned a lot from Teddy. But also he's trying to, you kind of get more of his motives when he's talking to Irene. Like, he's going to use their system to kind of like work in his favor. But I think it's going to be a lot more difficult than Franklin thinks. And I feel like it's going to come down to a point in time where Franklin's going to have to take out Teddy. But before he can get to Teddy, he has to figure out what to do with his father. He does, you could tell, care about his father. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to have to, bring harm to him. He has to figure out other ways. Maybe he'll just tell him to just go off somewhere and don't ever come back. Things with Sissy also are really blowing up too with her deal with Davis and whatnot. That's kind of just over, because they don't want to be associated with Franklin and drug dealers and CIA and stuff. It's really messy. So that makes Sissy kind of like rethink her options and stuff. And possibly she is going to run off with Alton by the end of the season. Who knows? Or before they can run off, something's going to happen to Alton. Going back to Irene real quick, but she does get approached by Teddy and Gustavo, and he ejects her with some type of shit to kind of knock her out, make her forget things, because things, like I said, have been blown up, even to the point where the Pentagon's trying to shut this shit down. You got the people that Teddy worked for, that are in his kind of camp, looking for Teddy at this moment while he's out in Nicaragua and, trying to do his own thing. Gustavo, also makes it clear that I don't work for Teddy, so he might flip on Teddy before Franklin could get even close to him. So be on the eye out for that, because I think that could very much be a play going into season 5. We're just got to wait and see. But now let's get to Jerome and Louie, man. And I called this also, man, because throughout these different previews we've been getting, we've been seeing them dressed up like they're going to a funeral. So they decide to go to Fatback's funeral. And Louie is smart here because she tells Jerome, like, this ain't smart to go out in the open, while we got targets on our backs. And, like, Jerome's like, nah, man, we gotta do right by Fatback's people. That's the only people I can really trust at this point. Like, he doesn't really fuck with Franklin at this point. So they get to this funeral, and Khadijah's waiting, with her peoples, and they light up the funeral. Louie gets shot. She gets shot in like the midsection somewhere like there, and that was intense. Because they had a clear shot at, like, Leon. They wanted Leon, but they ended up hitting Louie. She ends up in the hospital. And I love that Franklin's mom makes that mention that, here we go again with another person that is close to us in the hospital. And Louie was close to death. She went through surgery and whatnot, but Jerome wants revenge at this point, man. And Franklin's trying to deal with all this stuff, keep Jerome in check, but Jerome doesn't give a fuck what Franklin thinks. He wants blood. So they're going to be butting heads, and I feel like, this is where Jerome starts to separate himself from Franklin. Maybe it's just based off of emotions that he now kind of figures out about the CIA situation. And, he doesn't just know who to trust. So I feel like Jerome's going to eventually just side himself with like Dion and all those people, you know what I'm saying, with Fatback's people, because he feels like that's the only people he can really trust. I don't know what makes him think that. Maybe because they have just similar outlooks on things, if that makes sense. But this was a crazy episode. But man, I love this ending. So we get the ending scene of Khadijah on the phone with Manboy trying to warn him. Oh, but before we get to that, Khadijah blows her own spot up by saying, like, why don't you make a deal with a Manboy and, kind of squash this where maybe he could get Khadijah off you, just give him the plug, blah, blah, blah. So then we get to the end of the episode where Khadijah's talking on the phone about talking to Manboy, like, yo, he'll give you the plug, whoop-de-whoop. And, you just gotta make sure Khadijah just calms down. But Jerome, he's coming for you. And Manboy's like, let him come. It's whatever. And then when Khadijah thinks that all is good, all you see in the background was Franklin's cane, and you see Peaches. And boy, that was just so well shot. I love that. That was perfect. And we're just got to wait and see what they're going to do with Khadijah's character. Is Franklin going to kill Khadijah, or is he going to try to figure out some way to, I don't think, if I was Franklin, I would offer, honestly, because, that is a betrayal right there. Here's somebody that he thought he could trust and got stabbed in the back. But yeah, man, I don't want to waste no more time, man. I'm exhausted. Let me know how you guys feel about this whole entire episode, if I missed anything. What were some of your favorite parts? How do y'all see the last two episodes kind of playing out, man? Because after these two episodes, we got to wait till season 5. I will still have more Snowfall content coming. I might do another what if. Check out in the description below on my playlist. Alongside my reviews, you can find my what ifs. Let me know how you guys feel about those. Just a little videos I put on the side, just filler content. But till next week, I will see y'all later. Peace out.